Congress is gone until mid-April. Will the president compel them to come back and sort this out?
Well, look, I hope so. I mean, they got to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Again, we're talking about the Department of Homeland Security, and we're in an increased threat posture right now because what's going on in the world. We got to keep this country safe, which means we got to fund the members of the Coast Guard and CISA and Secret Service and all these other agencies within the Department of Homeland Security. I know the president found a way to pay TSA workers so we can get the American public through those lines, and he also came up with the idea of sending ICE agents to the airport, which has had an impact. So we just need to get the department funded. They want to talk about, you know, immigration policies. We can talk about that, but why do you got to hold the rest of DHS hostage to do that? Let's sit down and talk. I've been talking to him for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but just to be clear, the president is not forcing lawmakers to come back to Washington now. He's going to wait until mid-April to do this?
Look, and the American people hold Congress responsible. They're on vacation right now while tens of thousands of DHS employees aren't being paid.
Right, but Republicans control both chambers. This is the president's party. The Democrats shut
down DHS. They voted shut down DHS because they simply won't fund DHS because they want to change ICE policies so ICE is less effective in the interior. Remember why we're here? We're here because the last 4 years of an open border, millions of people are in this country illegally, many public safety threats, national security threats, and we're out seeking them and arresting them, and they simply don't like ICE enforcing the law. They proved that last 4 years they didn't let ICE enforce the law.
The bill that passed the Senate was bipartisan. And it did have a lot of the funding for the agencies you just laid out there. The issue was specific to parts of ICE, but it seems like the White House really didn't force your party to get in line here because that Republican-controlled Senate did pass a funding bill. The White House didn't get the House of Representatives leadership on board with that. In fact, the Speaker, Mike Johnson, said that bill was a joke. Why wasn't the White House able to get both heads of the party the president controls on the same page?
Look, I've been up on the Hill. I've been in these meetings. I've met with lawmakers from both sides. This isn't a White House issue. This is the Democrats shutting down the Department of Homeland Security.
So did you support the Republican bill in the Senate that passed?
I support Congress opening up the entire government, the entire DHS, and not holding people in DHS hostage because they don't like immigration enforcement.